Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to CinemaDopes, the only podcast on the internet that talks about movies. I'm here with my two friends who have just
No, I don't know
watched,
about friends now. After this movie,
who just watched the cinematic equivalent of Finding Gold, HitPig. I'm joined by Derek,
Hooray.
and I'm joined by Cade.
hooray!
We just got done watching HitPig, which is a 2024 movie that looks like it should have came out in 2005 in the bargain bin at Walmart, right next to Finding Jesus and The Reef Adventure, a true fishes story, where where I saw this in theaters.
You poor soul.
You mad man.
I saw this in theaters the day after I saw the movie here, which is really upsetting because if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, this has a higher score than stuff like Joker 2.
A way better
Here.
movie. Way better. It's not even close.
and, and Captain America Brave New World.
I just feel like less people watched
with
it.
the way you're talking about it, that doesn't seem like it's a problem to you, is it?
No, no, it is. This movie sucks. This movie absolutely sucks. But I would be lying if I said I don't get some sort of weird masochistic pleasure out of this movie because I think this movie is absolutely hilarious. But I am curious, what do you guys think?
Dude, it
What was your first
sucks. It's
impressions
so
on the
bad.
pig?
It's so bad. It's so bad. Please never watch this movie. I said during the commentary track of this, I'd rather watch Madam Web than this. If I can have an 1/8 of a star, I would. I would put HitPig there. It deserves to be in the darkest pit of hell, and no one should ever watch this movie.
I was considering that this might be one of the circles of hell as we were watching it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but
Which one?
all of them.
All of them. Gluttony.
The HitPig circle of hell.
Yeah,
Derek, you
HitPig
said
gets
you
its
had
own
more
circle.
of a nuanced. You had a more nuanced take on this movie that unfortunately skipped out of this Oscar season. It should have been for Best International.
How
Best
unfortunate,
Screenplay,
man. How unfortunate.
Best Animated Feature. They let Emilia Perez in, but they wouldn't let HitPig in.
Yeah,
Come
such
on.
a disgrace. I mean,
Yeah.
I personally, I don't think this is the worst movie we've watched on the podcast so far.
What's the worst?
I think Megalopolis takes the cake easily.
Really?
But
whatever.
I think even Madam Web was even a worse time just because that was so boring. Like, at least like this is like so bad that it's entertaining, and I'll take that over the big trailer, big alluding to everything freaking Madam Web was. So
is this then the 4th worst movie you've watched with Megalopolis, Madam Web, and Planet of the Apes right behind it?
Oh no, I don't think Planet of the Apes is as bad as you say it is, Cade. It's not good, but it's not that bad. This is probably the 3rd worst. I would say Planet of the Apes is the 4th worst to me.
I'd rather watch Madam Web and Planet of the Apes than this.
Dang. Yeah.
Jordan, why did you make us watch this?
Because I don't know, this movie is really funny to me. I think it is just a miracle that this movie is a movie at all, really. It always shocks me that these movies get released. I remember we were talking about this. It was me, it was me, Derek, and Rex, and we watched a trailer for a movie called Night at the Zoopocalypse.
What?
I'm gonna put the trailer up right here. It's this one with a gorilla that has like a really huge ass and a think it's really funny how awful it looks because it just looks like HitPig 2. I saw it when me and my friend saw Dogman. I saw the trailer, and it just looks like HitPig again. And I think it is really funny that these movies that would usually go like straight to Tubi or something like that now have the possibility of playing at a theater at like 11:30 to maybe like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I think that is absolutely hilarious that these movies think they could compete in these kinds of like box office seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the reason why movies like these are like greenlit and given a theatrical distribution is because, especially in this post-pandemic movie world that we live in, you can't underestimate family movies. Like, this movie didn't make a lot of money. This movie only made like $2.3 million, but like, I feel like a lot of studios, even if they're independent or not, they're gonna release stuff like this anyway because family movies bring in the big bucks. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm absolutely shocked this would like make money. This feels like the type of thing that would play at maybe like, I don't know, a locally owned theater that barely gets any foot traffic except for like the homeless man who sleeps there or something like that.
So imagine
This is
that
his
homeless
favorite
man. Yeah, let's say this homeless man would like sit up and watch the movie and just start clapping. It's like, yeah, yeah, HitPig, yeah.
Speaking of HitPig, let's talk about the real issue with this film. One of many.
That is.
Let's talk about the animation.
Honestly, not that bad.
Why does it
Yeah, the
why does it
animation
look
isn't
like
that bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like what I was saying on the commentary track. The problem that we're in right now is that it's honestly hard to make your animated film look bad, just because we have like all the resources and time to make stuff look good now. So it's not like the early 2000s where you made a movie like this and it looked really, really ugly. So,
Like I
yeah,
said in the commentary track, it's not like a food fight situation.
yeah. I think that's kind of a shame because like a lot of those like that was one of the things that made movies like that so funny from around that time. And even going back to hand-drawn animation, like some of those movies that weren't from the major studios had like really funny animation. But now it's just like it's easy to just make it look fine for what it is. Like it doesn't break the budget. Like
Yeah, with CG movies. And I always think back to movies that were made by Disney Toon, like Belle's Enchanted Adventure or the Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, where they obviously look where they obviously look horribly made and they have like awful faces, but you don't see that anymore in straight to TV or straight to DVD type sequels because it's so easy to like touch up a model than it is to touch up a drawing from somebody who has no idea how to draw a character.
Yep.
You could just like, I don't know, go on Source Filmmaker and type in realistic looking pig model and then plop HitPig in a scene where he's right next to the Twin Towers and he's like, hey guys, it's me, HitPig.
Hey, isn't this messed up what's happening here? This is the towers falling.
I don't condone any of this. But that's the second part of it. The main issue, again, is the voice acting. Some of this voice acting,
it's so monotone.
Feels like nobody cares. Yeah, no one cares. I think about that girl who looks like a miraculous ladybug character. I don't even know her name. I just know the person who plays her because the person's name is Anita. Anita, better movie. Anita, who's like a Brazilian singer, and she only has one credit, and she has maybe like a few sentences on her Wikipedia page, and I have no idea who this woman is. And I have to believe David Feiss or whoever the director is, like lured her in with like $100 bill and was like, "You want to be in a movie? You want to be in a film? What did you guys think about the voice acting?
It ranges from honestly pretty good for what it is to pretty bad for what it is. That's like the range we got. Like I I actually think that uh Jason Sudeikis plays HitPig as straight as possible. Like what like all of his line reveal, like it doesn't feel like that he's like trying to make like more of a joke than it actually is, or like he's like phoning it. It's like he's like taking HitPig as seriously as he possibly can. And I respect that so much.
Yeah. Because you never
Which is
know.
interesting because he was a late addition to the movie because originally he was supposed to be voiced by Peter Dinklage.
Really?
Yeah, he left the movie and Jason
To do
Sudeikis
Snow
took
White
over
or
the
something? Why?
role. I don't know. I don't know why he left, but
Ugh.
They they replaced Peter Dinklage in the same way they replaced him in Destiny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the voice acting, especially from like cartoon voice actors, like I think Charlie Adler isn't so bad in this movie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't mind him
Yeah,
as
he's
characters
really
like, yeah, I don't mind him as like Super Rooster
Mm.
or, well, I think the Lobster is a little annoying, but I do like that voice because it's basically just the voice of the grandma from the Tom and Jerry racing movie, and I always think that's
Oh, yeah.
really funny when actors reuse their voices, or like Cal, I guess that's also the voice he uses for Cal. I would love to see the storyboards for this movie because I definitely think that the storyboards for this film would look a million times better than the animation, because the animation, that's the issue with it. It's not bad enough to be memorable, or it's not good enough for you to be like, well, it's not like an 8 Crazy Nights situation where the animation is gorgeous, but the writing is like, I mean, I like 8 Crazy Nights, but the writing is kind of like weird to the point that
That's
you're
technical
wondering to
foul.
yourself, what do you? Yeah, to the point that you're wondering to yourself, why are they wasting their talent on this? No, the movie is just serviceable until we
Yeah.
get to that third act, and then it gets horrible. You know what? I'm gonna recap the plot a little bit. I know you guys don't do this anymore, but I feel like you can't talk about this movie without just talking about scenes.
Go ahead. I
And
really
that's
don't
pretty much how I'm
care.
gonna have to go with this. Okay, so this movie starts off with an origin story of HitPig, and it's, didn't you guys say the story is just Guardians?
Yeah,
The way-
it's just Guardians of the Galaxy.
The way HitPig's like quote unquote death scene happens, it's just Yondu from Guardians 2. That's all it is. Like Derek's completely right.
Yeah.
When he said it in the commentary track, he's completely right. That's all it is. He may not be your father.
Yeah,
He may be
it's
your
just
father,
the-
but he wasn't your daddy. It's like, yeah.
He wasn't your father, but he also wasn't your HitPig.
Oh god, I hope not.
Oh my god. This movie has so many puns in it, by the way. That's the most
There's
annoying thing about
there's
it.
so many pig puns, which is HitPig alone in this movie. And then by the time we got like another one that was just like, this is how you make this, you're about to see how you make sausages. I'm like, shut up, please shut up.
Or the one where his car who talks is just like, you're making omelets? What are you, Gordon Ramsay? And I'm like, finally, some good food. Yeah. They have a scene in this movie where HitPig dreams of being a chef. He wants to be a chef who make omelet, because that's all he can make. Like, he's SpongeBob, and he can only cook a Krabby Patty. So he watches this game show hosted by Derek.
Yeah, I was secretly in this movie.
And Jordan secretly wrote
How
this
was
movie.
How was it being set?
I honestly don't
Yeah,
remember it.
Viewers at
I
home, they
can't
keep
say-
saying I wrote this. They keep saying I wrote this movie. What makes you guys think that I wrote this movie?
The comedy just like the comedy of this movie hits the same way of you just not caring and like fishing for the bottom of the barrel of jokes. That's what this
That-
movie feels like.
That and also you've talked about this movie more than any other person on the planet. So I mean, I have to suspect that you had some involvement in the movie's production.
You have some investment in this movie secretly, and you're just not telling us about it.
I think I actually. Oh no! You guys found out. I did write this movie.
I knew
I
it.
did write it. I don't know. How can you put this in theaters? I just never understood that. Did Space Chimps go to theaters?
Yeah, Space Chimps went to theaters. Actually made a decent amount of money, I think.
When did HitPig go into theaters? Like, what was around during that?
It came out November 1st.
November 1st? What was around during that? I guess Joker 2.
Yeah, Joker 2 was still on. It came out the same day as the movie Here.
Oh.
As I mentioned. And this movie has a higher Rotten Tomatoes score.
How?
Which I can't believe. I don't know. I think people just think it's a serviceable family film. And I think that's its biggest issue, is the fact that it's...
You know what it is, Jordan? You know what this movie is? It's the movie you put on the TV, you have your kids watch it, and then you're just in the kitchen just like washing dishes or just doing something else. It's something to just basically have your kids watch it so they can just stop being annoying. That's what HitPig serves as.
No, I think it's more for those families that the parents are doing crack. So they put this on their little CRT TV while they go downstairs and do crack or grow meth or something like that. This movie doesn't seem like a kid with their head screwed on correctly would enjoy this film. You go to like a school and you ask a child, "What's your favorite film?" And they're like, "I like DreamWorks." And then you go to the kid and you ask them, "What do you like?" And they're like, "I like Pixar movies." And you go to this kid who's got like a tattoo even though he's 5. And you ask him, "What's your favorite film?" And he goes, "I like HitPig."
Aww.
Jordan, is this autobiographical?
No.
I only asked really for the second time you brought up this concept, so...
No, I'm referencing that Letterboxd review where the person said that Space Chimps is like a dirty crack house movie. And I said this is exactly what HitPig feels like. I'm always shocked these movies do get distributors because, I mean, I know it's like a taboo thing to bring up, but with these kinds of movies, especially back in the mid-2000s, the only person who would ever distribute them was the Weinstein Company.
Yeah.
They were the only people who would ever distribute these films.
Yeah.
Or I guess Lionsgate if it was on a bad day.
Yeah, because if you play your cards right, you can get like an easy return on investment for distributing one of these movies. But HitPig's case is just so interesting because like it didn't like really do anything. I'm just like kind of confused. Like maybe there was just like some contract or something like they had to get this released somehow, or I don't know.
We gotta release HitPig, or else I'm going to lose my mortgage on my house. Please, Jason Sudeikis, save me.
I don't understand. I saw this post that the official HitPig account reposted where somebody said, "Date night with the missus, gonna watch HitPig." And I was like, why would you bring your girlfriend to go see HitPig?
Jordan, you're acting like you wouldn't do that.
I would. Any single ladies hit me up. We will go see
watch HitPig. Oh no.
And then I will go home and be like, I love Polecat. He is my favorite character.
Is that the...
What was you guys' favorite line? Oh, that was RuPaul, yeah.
I was about to ask, is that the RuPaul character? Yeah.
The one who farts.
Yeah, my favorite character is the crocodile. He looks cool.
Yeah, he's the only. Excuse me. He's the only well-designed character in the movie.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask, what's your favorite line in the film?
I knew that
Favorite.
every single line as soon as the credits started rolling.
Same,
I think that might
bro.
be for the better.
Yeah.
Did
No,
you not
I remember
enjoy
the.
when your cow says "chow"?
I remember the line was like, I'm like such and such, and James Bond and the Mandalorian. I'm like, man, we're really referencing the Mandalorian. That's crazy.
When do you think this film was written? I mean,
When was the Mandalorian out? 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
So probably
I
around
think-
that time. This was
Yeah, I think it
this was a first draft script. That's the thing, is that this is a first draft script for sure.
I don't even think it is a first draft script. I think it's just a bunch of sticky notes they they stapled together, and they were like, "Oh man, this rocks! Put this movie in theaters. Do it now."
Do it now, please.
Did you guys ever watch any? Did you guys ever watch any of those like poorly animated films from your childhood? Do you guys have any memories of any?
I mean, besides, well, I mean, if we're just saying poorly animated, disregarding like any other factor of the movie, then I guess Hoodwink's part of that. But I mean, that's actually
Yeah,
a good movie, so-
I watched Hoodwink. And would you consider Shark Tale poorly animated?
Okay, actually, I have a whole thing about Shark Tale.
Well, okay,
I
go
think
ahead.
Shark Tale is a well animated movie. It's just the designs are bad. That's just the
Right,
problem with the
yeah,
movie.
that's-
It's animated like very well, like the water physics. and the
Yeah,
character animation is
yeah.
Like for 2004 and for being like a lower budget, it's pretty good. But
Right.
the designs are awful. That's the problem with that movie.
Yeah, because like I don't know, like during that time there wasn't really any poorly animated movies I watched, like Derek said, besides Hoodwinked. I've seen Hoodwinked. I still think the story of Hoodwinked is actually pretty decent of a concept. But like,
Well, then again, wasn't Hoodwinked made by like 3 people,
yeah,
and it was made on a budget of like 2 dusty walnut shells and a ham
and even
sandwich?
and even then it still like is a decent concept. Like it's way better than what we would just watch with HitPig here. I'd rather watch like more of that than whatever this is. It feels like nothing.
Have you guys ever seen Valiant? That
No,
one,
I have
like,
not.
pigeon movie with
I know what
Ewan
you're talking
McGregor?
about. I had a VHS tape of Flushed Away, and every time they would play a trailer for Valiant, and I didn't know what that movie was called.
Yeah.
I just remembered the scene where it said "from the creators of Shrek," and then it had like a rocket taking off in the background, and then one of the pigeons was like, "Oi, I'm a pigeon, mate," and that was it.
Yeah.
That was the only scene I could remember in that movie. Have you seen Valiant?
Yeah, I've seen it. When Disney Plus first came out, I rewatched it because I watched the movie like many years ago. And I didn't remember like a single thing about it, just that it exists. So when Disney Plus first came out, I was just like browsing through. I was like, wait, this movie's on here, and I think I like fell asleep like a minute in. It's really ugly though. Even by 2005 standards,
Oh.
it's very ugly.
Oh, you just reminded me. I didn't really watch this movie, but I've seen clips of it. The movie Wizards. Have you seen anything about that?
Like the Ralph Bakshi movie?
Yeah. The only thing I've seen was when like the main wizard's fighting the evil wizard. He's like, I'm going to show you the secret technique that mother taught me, and he pulls out a gun and just shoots him. That's like one of the only clips I've seen of that movie, and I'm just like, this is really funny. I wish there was more of this.
This movie, and I even said this to my friends when we left. This movie reminds me a lot of that kind of maybe post Shrek fever.
Oh
where
yeah.
every studio was trying to capitalize on Shrek's success by making their own like irreverent, purposely stylized realistically ugly animated film. And it
Yeah.
reminds me a lot, weirdly enough, of movies like Happily Never After. If you
Yes,
guys
yes,
remember that.
that's exactly what this reminds me of. Yes.
That movie is disgusting. Why do they look like that? It also reminds me of Igor for some reason.
Oh,
yeah, that's another. Yeah,
Igor is
that's one
also
I've seen.
flying
Yeah.
I
around in
forgot
my
that
head a
movie
lot.
existed.
Yeah.
I love Igor. That movie I grew up with, but just like Elf, I only remember the first act because I think I liked the first act more than the rest of the movie, and I don't know why.
I
See, I'm looking this up. It was distributed by the Weinstein Company. These movies would only get made
mhm.
if Captain Harvey and Cadet Bob were the only people who were distributing these stinkers because they just wanted to make like a quick buck. I don't know.
Is it Steve Buscemi one of the characters in Eeyore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
'cause
scared.
isn't there like a clip where he's like, now that's not how a greeting card should be, and he opens a greeting card and gets shot in the face. I'm like, now that's how you do a greeting card.
I just
'cause
like
he keeps
Igor
wanting
because
to
like
die.
yeah, like what you said, Jordan. Like it's like one of those like movies that's trying to like it's kind of feels like it's trying to chase off the cloud of Shrek, but I also kind of just feel like it wants to be weird and gross just because it wants to be, and I kind of respect that for it.
I wish that was more. That's the one thing I'll commend HitPig for. This movie feels like it. Nobody's telling him what to do.
Mhm.
This definitely feels like a movie that nobody told him what to do. I mean, that's probably not a good thing considering some of the scenes. Why does this movie have 2 fake out deaths in it? Why?
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's
Literally,
like my biggest
Pickles
problem with
like
it.
should die and drown, and because she's left in the water overnight. They leave her in the water overnight. She should have drowned.
Yep. But no, HitPig just constantly went up to the air and just like blew air into her trunk, so therefore she's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like there's like the lungs
There's a
the
lot of-
size of like, I don't know, like cars or whatever in her in the elephant or whatever. Doesn't matter.
There's a lot of weird implied kissing in this movie. Like there's scenes where like Pickles and HitPig will press their noses up against each other. That scene in the airplane that I think is absolutely disgusting, where the teenage girl and this fully grown hog are drooling on each other. That's awful.
Yeah.
But but that scene is after the greatest scene in cinematic history, where HitPig brings a gun in a post 9/11 world through the TSA, and they let him do it after HitPig disguises himself as Chapel Rowan. And then this woman walks through, and get this, viewer, get this. She has a lipstick, and she says,
No, lip balm. She has lip balm.
It's a lip balm. She says it's a lip balm, and the TSA agent goes,
Balm?
Where? Finally. I thought studios didn't know how to tell jokes anymore. I mean, we all saw that Shrek 5 trailer. Garbage. But, finally, a major studio is being shown up by a true blue American studio.
Derek, don't even
Finally.
talk. Sorry, not to cut you
Finally.
off. Derek, go ahead. Not to talk about like dating ourselves. Derek, you literally said when this Jurassic Park trailer, if it ever comes out, you'll shave your head. And then like as I'm editing the retrospective part 2, that's when the Jurassic Park trailer came out like 3 weeks beforehand. So don't even talk about dating yourself.
Well, that's different because that's me.
True. True. But still.
This dated myself because I don't know. Oh boy. Speaking of Illumination and DreamWorks and all that kind of stuff, let's talk about the music selection here.
Huh?
I always pay a lot of attention to music supervision in a movie, and it was pretty abysmal in HitPig. Just very bottom of the barrel choices for the music, really.
Well, you don't like Born to Be Wild?
Yeah.
I do like Born to Be Wild, actually, but I'm tired of it being used in like every single movie.
Did you like when they played conga when she dances?
Yeah, that was amazing, and of course, very nuanced choice right there.
How about hit me with your best shot
Perfect.
when they're
Perfection.
building something? How about rock lobster every time the lobster opens?
I'm
his
just
mouth?
surprised that you were able to remember all the music in the movie because I honestly forgot.
I have this movie memorized to a T. I
Of
can
course
remember
you do because you
everything
wrote it.
that happens
That's
in this
why.
I didn't write this movie. There's nothing wrong with this movie. I mean, there's nothing. I didn't write this movie.
I'm just imagining Jordan in like a straitjacket. It's like, I didn't write this movie as he's getting dragged away.
It's that scene from the Penguin where Falcone is getting a shock treatment, but I'm just screaming, "I didn't write this movie.
It's
I didn't write it."
I was thinking more of like that scene in SpongeBob. It's like, I wanna live, I wanna live, and it's just Jordan's like, I didn't write this movie.
But no, there are some great lines in this film. Horribly, horribly wonderful lines that I am surprised didn't win this thing a DGA award or a Writers Guild award. Such lines as when RuPaul Weasel is going on an adventure and then the guy makes the Pac-Man arm and the dude goes, haha, I love that game.
Love that game.
What a good line. Like some Big Bang Theory stuff where they're like, I like
It is.
I like
It does feel like a Big Bang Theory type humor. Just the most bottom of the barrel
or
type
that
humor.
Or that bit where HitPig is pointing at the chalkboard and goes, and that's why Taylor Swift would make a great president.
Oh my god, dude, this movie sucks. It's so bad.
Genuinely, this movie is terrible.
Meanwhile, in his head.
Now, would I watch it again?
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
What did you say?
Yeah, wait, what did you
Derek?
say?
I didn't say anything.
What did you say? What did you say?
What did you say, Derek?
I feel we're gonna have another civil war.
No. No, go ahead. Say it. Say it.
Did you?
All I said was, meanwhile, in his head, he's probably thinking, this is peak.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my inner conscience is being like, Jordan, don't try to fit in with your friends. Be who you really are. Tell them how much you love HitPig.
Send a message to
I
Warner
think the
Brothers.
Warner Brothers didn't make this. This was made by a studio called Anaventure.
No, I know. I mean, like when you send an email for a day the Earth blew up. That's still so funny to me. It's just like the fact that you literally sent an email to like Warner Brothers or whoever was like animating that, and then like 2 hours later you were just that literally like a trailer popped up. It was like, man, that's really funny.
No, that was the no, I emailed the distributors. I emailed like the US distributors, which is this like smaller place called Ketchup Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
WB almost killed this film, but they sold it off in time, I suppose. Speaking of selling stuff off, did you hear Cineverse is thinking about buying that Gendy Tartakovsky fixed movie?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Sony Pictures currently has it, but I've been on Twitter recently because I've been really curious about that Fixed movie. And I follow this account called Is the Day the Earth Blew Up Out Yet? Which is one that posts like hype for the movie, which Derek
Mhm.
keeps thinking I'm the person who runs that account.
Yeah.
I want to set the record straight. Let me get my facts straight. I am not the person who runs the account Is the Day the Earth Blew Up Out Yet? I
See,
have never claimed to run it. I have never tried to run it.
Yeah, at this
It is
point,
all fake news.
I feel I can't trust anything that you say anymore, Jordan. I can't trust you.
I don't know.
This is
man.
really funny. I'm looking at the Anaventure website. I'll probably post screenshots of my findings in the video, but they also produced the movie Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, which I have also seen in theaters.
Of course, you've seen that in theaters.
That movie has a 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. How? I don't know. Did I almost walk out of it 3 times?
Yes.
Yes. The hardest scene in the movie to watch is when Michael Cera shows up, and because it's supposed to be Blazing Saddles, he goes, "Hey, where are all the cat women at?
You know,
Where
once
are
upon
all
a
the
time, Jordan,
cat women
I used to
at?"
be a lot like you, and I used to seek out whatever I could at the local cinema. But then I had a realization one day that, you know, I don't have to watch the bad movies that come out. I have free will. I have a choice. I don't have to see these movies. And now I don't.
Yeah.
And my
Well,
life has significantly improved.
Yeah, well, like you, Derek, I didn't cowered out in front of my friends. I buckled down and I saw what no one else could see. So go ahead, turn your back on the podcast. You're nothing. You suck. You have no talent. I saw Paws of Fury. I saw HitPig. I'm gonna see Night at the Zoopocalypse. I'm gonna see it all. This was the way my life was going ever since as a kid. I put my money on the table and I said, "Mother, can we go see Hoodwink 2 Hood versus Evil at my motion picture Cineplex?" And then I did. And then I did, Derek. What about that? What do you think about that?
Do I look like a joke? Do I amuse you? That's the only
Am I a hero? I mean, I might call myself that. But just remember, Derek, I remember it, so you don't have to.
Well, who are you, the nostalgia critic?
Yes, I'm the nostalgia dwarf.
Nostalgia dwarf.
How original. Daring today, aren't we?
Why are you being so rude to me, man? What'd I do to you?
You showed us HitPig. He has every
this movie.
yeah, he has every. We have
You guys didn't say no.
He has every right to be mad.
No.
I had nothing better to do on a Friday night, and I did it out of the kindness of my own heart, and now I regret it.
Alone on a Friday night. Would you take a date to go see HitPig?
No.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
You take stupid pills this morning?
No, I'm perfectly normal. I'm in the right headspace.
Aren't you?
I would be like, "Babe, let's go see HitPig. I want to see HitPig."
You know, if we ever do get a HitPig 2, I'm gonna blame you entirely for it.
You know what? I might actually tonight write an email to an adventure asking them if HitPig 2 is on the table.
Dear an adventure, I want you to make a HitPig 2 out of spite of my friend Derek. He thinks the first HitPig is trash.
It's
Please
like his
prove
Uncle
him
Kristen on the Death
wrong.
Note.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like how Jimmy Fallon closes out every episode with his thank you cards. Thank you, An Adventure, for greenlighting something that people cannot see is in fact cinematic gold.
Oh my god.
I feel like Billy, you know, am I the only one who understands this cinematic masterpiece?
Yes.
This movie isn't stupid. You're stupid.
And on that note,
This
listeners,
this is the best episode, everybody. Oh,
Sure.
listeners, before you go, I want to mention this movie has the exact same climax as Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The exact same climax.
no, it doesn't. Don't lie to our
Yes, it
viewers.
does.
No, it doesn't.
Big space colony, anti-gravity battles, the main character, like the dying character dying in the sun. It's like Sonic 3.
Can find more similarities between the climax of The Phantom Menace and The Mummy Returns compared to HitPig and Sonic 3.
Jared
Yeah, well,
Robotnik.
which one?
Wait, hold on, Jordan. Jared Robotnik doesn't die from the sun. He gets launched like and just dies in like a fart. That's not the same as like
Fart?
how.
Wait, are you guys talking about farts? Like RuPaul? Like Paul?
Okay, I think
Oh
we're
my
good.
god,
Hey,
that's
everybody.
it. That's
I
it.
love HitPig.
That's it.
Get
We're
your
done.
motor running, head out of the
Misery.
Thank you so much for watching. We think I don't know what we watched. Happy April Fools, all that.
I just watched HitPig with all my friends. Okay, end video.